Assalamualaikum and hi, we're gonna show you guys how we do experiment for frictional force.
Objective for this experiment is to determine the coefficient of static friction of different surface.
Apparatus that we use in this experiment is wooden block with a rubber cover at one side, 50 gram masses, 10 Newton spring scale, string and tabletop.
Next is the procedure. First, mass of wooden block had been measured. The apparatus was set up. We make sure the tabletop was stable and horizontal to the ground. The spring scale and the wooden block was attached with a string. Then, we place horizontally on the tabletop. We make sure the rubber side of the block is faced downward. 50 gram mass was placed on the wooden block. Spring was put slowly. We recorded the spring scale's reading when the block started to move. Step 4 until 5 was repeated for 3 trials. Another 50 gram mass was added on the wooden block and steps 5 to 6 were repeated. The steps were repeated until a total of 500 gram mass was on the wooden block. Step 1 until 8 was repeated, but this time the rubber side of the block faced upward.
In this experiment, we can determine the coefficient of static friction of different surface, which is rubber surface towards the floor and non-rubber surface towards the floor. The coefficient of static friction for the rubber surface towards the floor is coefficient friction 1.00, while for the non-rubber surface towards the floor is coefficient friction of 0.60. From this experiment, we learned that friction is a force that resists motion. When the surface of one object comes in contact with the surface of another, we also learned some factors that are affecting the frictional force, which is the texture of the surface and the amount of force pulling them together. We also learned that if the wooden block is placed against the top table, the frictional force will be equal to the weight of the object.